Why aren't people talking more about how knowing your worth is lonely? When you allow peace to be in your life, do you see the glow? While I agree to an extent, I also disagree. Don't let something that's supposed to be for one little season extend, okay? Christmas break is over. Send them packing. This blush is so pretty. When it comes to a man, all of a sudden they have all the time in the world. You don't think that's a little funny, sister? And the thing is, nobody is climbing their way anymore. Nobody does any work. Hey gems, it's your girl MissJemima, and we are back at it again with another mother freaking video, baby. So today we are going to be doing a chit chat. Get ready with me. I have some new makeup products I want to play with, but I also want to kiki and chop it up with the gems. So we're gonna mesh the two together into one beautiful video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the look. Okay, so first off, we are going to prep the skin. I feel like I haven't really gotten any new primers. I do have a blurring primer of sorts. So let me just put something on that I know works pretty decently for me. The NYX Plump It Back, just to add a little bit of plumping, gripping to the skin. We're gonna be using a whole bunch of new products, so ciao. I have no idea how this face finna turn out. I hope it's cute though. I hope it's cute. Okay, so I'm going to be trying out the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer. It's supposed to be a blurring primer. So I'm hoping that it kind of like makes the center of the face where I have my larger pores look smooth and potentially keep it a little more matte. And I feel, is this a new pimple or, Lord, the skin is going haywire. I feel like ever since that facial with the nano needling and that with the St. Martin with the expired sunscreen, my skin has not been the same, but it is getting better months later. Okay, so now that we have the base down, we're gonna start with foundation and then we're gonna get into the topic of the evening. I've been wanting to talk about this for quite some time, I'm not gonna lie. So we're uh-oh. This might be too dark. My thing is, my skin tone be all over the place. I'm pretty sure when I picked this out, it probably was a really good match, but I haven't gotten a tan in like 2 weeks. And between the acids and the HAs and exfoliates and the retinols and this and that, like I never know what my skin tone is gonna be. So this might be too dark, but we're gonna see. Should I color correct or is it that deep? It's fine, we're gonna skip through. That way we'll see how much coverage this gives. And this is the Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Naturally Luminous Longwear Foundation. The latest Fenty drop, so let's see how she looks on the skin. Dark and red, so we'll see how I'm able to finesse this. Yeah, so a little too dark and a little too red, but I do think that I can make this work. I think we'll be fine. Let's keep going. I know it's described as a soft luminous. Just on initial application, well, maybe on camera, it is giving a little something, huh? Besides Oompa Loompa, because why would I get the right shade the first time around? Like, who could ever possibly do that? I'm not sure how it's looking on camera with the reflection of the lights and things, but in person, it's giving very skin-like, but not necessarily luminous. Like in my mind, I associate luminous with radiant, with like a slight zoo, if you will. And so far, this gives just not matte. I don't even know if I would call this a natural. I don't know what I would say, but it's not matte, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's luminous right off bat with the initial application, but we'll see how she is on the skin. And what I'm learning with Fenty is that, babes, don't just put it on and say you have an opinion. Let it sit and marinate and then figure out what your thoughts are. So we're gonna see what it's giving. I'm not mad at her. I'm not. Like I said, you know, it does err on the side of the loompa, but that's user error, you know? That's just me not picking out the right shade. You are my business. Not too much, okay? We're gonna make it work, not too much. I'm gonna cream contour with this Huda Beauty concealer. Oh, this is doing nothing, babes. Like, she's not even showing up, child. I feel like people very casually talk about knowing your worth and, you know, working on your confidence and having high self-esteem. And we're romanticizing self-care and talking about how to develop more self-love. But I don't think we talk enough about what that process actually looks like. And it's not just bubble baths and romanticizing your evening routine and, you know, making yourself look and feel good. Like, yes, those things are nice and can be an integral part of your process, but working on your value and your worth can be a very ugly process. Not only can it be an ugly process, but it can be a very lonely one as well. Like, why aren't people talking more about how knowing your worth is lonely? Like, it can be so freaking lonely. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Black Radiance True Complexion Longwear Concealers. I tried these a couple times and so far I'm not mad at them. So we're gonna see how they go with this makeup look today. So lately I keep seeing posts all over social media that kind of like say how you attract what you think you're worth. You can see what your self-esteem is from the partner that you choose, all the things, yada yada yada. And they're like going viral and getting millions and millions of views. And while I agree to an extent, I also disagree. Like, when people say general statements like that, I feel like they're speaking for the regular, degular, schmegular, average Joe. And in this scenario, I feel like that applies mainly to those that are conventionally attractive. For me personally, I think that there can be a difference between what we think we're worth and what society perceives to be our worth, right? And when there is a difference between the two, that can impact how you make some of your decisions about certain things in life, such as your partners, the people that you befriend, the people that you date, the person that you choose to marry and have children with. All that can in fact be influenced by how society perceives you and not necessarily how you perceive yourself. I think I've said it a couple times on here. I've told you how, like, when I walk into the room, like, I really do think that I can pull the cutest, finest man. Like, I really was genuinely confused as to why people were shocked that I thought I could get him. Like, what do you mean, babes? And in my mind, it's not that I'm a 10. Like, I'm just me, you know? Like, the vibes are just the vibes. It hurt being knocked down a couple pegs. She got a big ego. And now when I say knocked down a couple pegs, that does not mean that my personal value has gone down. But it took me some time to adapt to the notion that just because I perceive myself to be a way does not mean that everyone else does. Now, I'm not saying this to say to water yourself down for other people. That's not the point I'm making at all. The point I'm making is that when people say, oh, like, you attract men based off your self-esteem, no, babes. That's not the full truth. Like, you also have to consider the pressure from society to have men go after certain types of women, especially when they reach certain levels of success, how some of them may feel like they need a certain kind of woman on their arm, right? But also, you even see this dichotomy in those, like, rate yourself videos. First of all, for the love of God, I really want women to stop going on people's videos and cameras and stuff and signing up for these rate yourself videos, signing up for these, oh, you lining up for a man to pop a balloon. Please free my women's.
And next up we have Miriam J. Welcome. Okay, let's go figure out why the guys popped their balloons. Why did you pop your balloon today?
Just took 3 steps, and I don't like people that are extra like her, like too extra. I don't like
Okay, thank you. Why did you just pop your balloon?
I don't like when my girls talk to other guys. Like, that was just too friendly. I don't like that. I'm sorry. You said, hey, next.
Oh, well, let's go see what else we have. Why did you pop your balloon today?
Well, when I was looking at the balloon, it sort of looked just like you, just expanding big. I don't want that in my life. I'm sorry. You big.
Thank you. Let's go see what else we have.
I mean, you really think you can say that? That's cool.
Why did you pop your balloon today?
She got eyes, and she can see other people. Dudes, I can't have that.
Okay. Well, there's still hope.
So when she was over there, I thought she was taller than me. We the same height. I like my women taller than me. And her legs straight. She probably might walk out my life, and I can't go for that.
Wow, okay. No luck today, but maybe next time. Thanks for joining us.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like a 6?
Do you think other people would agree?
God, I hope so.
What do you rate this girl on a scale of 1 to 10?
6.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Maybe like a 8, 8.5.
Do you think other people would agree?
Facts.
What do you rate this guy on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably 3.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
6.
Do you think other people would agree?
Probably.
What do you rate this girl on a scale of 1 to 10?
Shit, 8.
What do you say?
Oh yeah, 5.
All right, what do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
At least a 7.
Do you think other people would agree?
Hell yeah.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Like a 6?
Do you think other people would agree?
God, I hope so.
What do you rate this girl on a scale of 1 to 10?
6.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Maybe like a 8, 8.5.
Do you think other people would agree?
Facts.
What do you rate this guy on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably 3.
What do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
6.
Do you think other people would agree?
Probably.
What do you rate this girl on a scale of 1 to 10?
Shit, 8.
What do you say?
Oh yeah, 5.
All right, what do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
At least a 7.
Do you think other people would agree?
Hell yeah.
I feel like when women go on there and they don't say that they think that they're a 10, they're attacked and said that, oh, we think they have low self-esteem. When a woman goes on there and says that she is a 10, she's then crucified for not being humbled. It's like, you really can't freaking win, bro. You really can't win. Now, I've seen women go on there and say, oh, like I'm a 6, I'm a 7, I'm an 8, da-da-da. And they're being roasted like, oh, like, why would you ever say that you're not a 10, da-da-da. But I don't think that all of them necessarily have low self-esteem. I think that they are answering a question in response to how people perceive them. So if you are typically the average or the ugly friend, you know, okay? If you have fine ass friends, you know what I'm talking about. Like, people love to play dumb sometimes, but they know, they clock T. And I can tell you right now, some of the dusties that have been interested, it was not anything about me that attracted them. They were just shooting their shot because they didn't care. Certain men don't care. They will shoot their shot at anybody, knowing damn well you out of their league. The further out of your league, the more they want to shoot their shot. So I refuse to believe that my value is aligned with their dustiness. Like, you will never sell me on that, because that is false. Okay? So when you are on this self-love, self-worth journey, particularly as somebody who is not conventionally attractive, it can be very difficult. Honestly, it's difficult in general, because just because you're more conventionally attractive does not mean that quality is gonna come your way. Like, it just does not mean that. But when you are not conventionally attractive, it does make it more difficult, in my opinion, in my experience. Now, did I say impossible? Absolutely not. I know a lot of beautiful, fine babes, okay, that are successful and doing a damn thing and are in happy long-term relationships and are building families and doing a damn thing. Like I said, I don't think it's impossible at all. But per my experience, it does limit. It does decrease the size of the quality individuals that are available to you. Or to me, I should say. I smell good, y'all. I like to spray a little perfume before I film because I just feel like it smelling good makes me feel good. When I feel good, I feel like it radiates, you know? And I feel like I smell this. I sprayed Alien Mugler and it's just doing something for me. Like, every time I move, I'm just like, ooh. But yeah, so I feel like in a case like mine, working on yourself and trying to be better for yourself can be particularly lonely, and not enough people talk about it. And one thing about me, I only like to talk about it in safe spaces. So I really hope this is going to my audience and my audience only. Because one thing about it, there's a certain group of people that love to take some of the words that we say and twist it and use it to throw it back at us. Like, very nasty work. Please, like, y'all completely missed the point intentionally. You're being purposely obtuse. Listen to what I'm saying. Focus what I'm saying. And stick on topic. Okay, stay on topic. Thank you. L'Oreal bronzer. I'm going to use this to add a little shot. Ooh. Come on. You see it. You see it. The cheekbone just there. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so despite all that that I just said, there's going to be a point in time where you're just like fed up, you know? There's going to be a time when you're just over not being valued, because it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It never feels good. It never feels good to not be valued. It never feels good to be mistreated. It never feels good for someone to not see you in all of your glory. And I feel like I keep getting a whole bunch of validated snippets all over my For You page on TikTok, and she just be dropping words of wisdom, and I love that. Was it Viola Davis that said it? Oh no, it was somebody else, I think. And they were just talking about how you are born worthy. You are created worthy just by your existence. Like, it's not dependent on what you do. It's not dependent on what you can achieve, what you can create, what you build. All those things are great, of course, but just your existence alone makes you valuable. And I think it's very easy to lose sight of that in a society that constantly praises certain things, which isn't the issue. I don't think praising of certain things is the issue. I was actually watching Ruka and she mentioned that. See, look at me, not even doing my makeup. I was watching Ruka and she mentioned this, where it's like, I don't even think the issue is that we tend to align with things that are like visually appealing to us. Like, how just society as a whole treats pretty people better and respects people, and people that are more attractive tend to have more opportunities and more things like that. I think the biggest issue is the disrespect that comes with those that don't fall underneath that category. Like, I shouldn't have to be considered a 10 to be respected as a human. And I think that is where the biggest issue is. Human nature, we all do the thing, okay? We all love a pretty thing, okay? We go to Trader Joe's, we pick the prettiest flowers, the ones that might be a little flawed or are ignored and cast to the side. We've all been guilty of it in some way, shape, or form, but I think it's when people are actively disrespectful to people, that's when it becomes a real issue, at least for me personally, you know? Nars bronzer, by the way, love her life. A true bronzer. The face is coming together. Fenty! And I think for a lot of people, as we get older, as we go further along in our life journey, we start feeling more and more of that, like, ugh, I don't want to deal with this kind of feeling, with this situation. Some of us are lucky enough to start having that from youth and just building on that as we grow older. For me personally, I wasn't raised like that. I was very much raised to be a people pleaser. And I think that aspect of me bled out into other parts of my life. That, and when you're conventionally unattractive, you also adapt certain qualities to help you stand out so that you're not invisible. I think I've mentioned this to you guys in other videos before. The whole someone's coming up to a friend to speak and doesn't greet me as a person that's standing right there next to her, as a person who's talking to her, you just interrupt and you don't say nothing. Are you, who raised you? Like, where did you learn that, you imbecile? If I'm gonna interrupt somebody, oh, excuse me, hello everyone, speak. Like you have manners, like you were raised correctly. Were you? And that's just across the board. Like, I know I'm focusing on romantic relationships right now, because I feel like that's kind of where I hear this topic being aligned with the most. But honestly, it's not just romantic. Honestly, for me, it's more so friendships than anything. Romantic stuff, I mean, you know, I've had my fair, yeah, but like for me, I feel like it hits most with friendships, because I feel like the standards I have for romantic relationships and the standards I have for platonic relationships are not the same. Like when it comes to romantic, like please, which probably isn't that great, because I don't even expect anything. Like, so off jump, I'm like, you're at 0. And I saw a video once that said that when women and men date, they start off at different levels. A man will meet a woman and she's at 0. You have to work your way up. When a woman meets a man, he's at 100 and he's working his way down. Ever since I heard that video, the way it reshaped my entire mind, like, wow. And I'm like, no wonder we set ourselves up. Like, as women in general, when it comes to dating, we set ourselves up. And ever since then, I'm like, when I tell you a man is negative, like, you are at the bottom, babes. You have to climb your way. And the thing is, nobody is climbing their way anymore. Nobody does any work. Nobody wants to work. And it's not just relationships. And even this is part of the process of why having self-value and self-love can be a lonely process, because no one wants to work. And on one hand, it's like, yeah, because life is lifing right now for so many people. But on the other hand, it's because people just don't want to put in the work. Like, I know women who will only put in the work for a romantic relationship. Like, they have no time to do nothing, no time to spend with their friends, to nurture their relationships. But when it comes to a man, all of a sudden they have all the time in the world. You don't think that's a little funny, sister? You don't think that's a little funny? Mind you, those friendships were there before, and when he's gone, they'll be there after. So why are you not prioritizing them? Even me myself, I had to take a step back, and I'm just like, yo, like, for real, my girls are high-key my soulmates. Like, I should be doing more, you know? Like, I feel like I need to be dating my friends, like real life dating. Like, I need to be treating them. I need, when a man's talking to them, they're comparing their dating relationships with their man with me. Oh, he don't do this? Jemima did this for me. Like, I feel like that is a flex. And I'm working on it because right now I'm strapped for time. And another unpopular opinion, I think there is such a thing as being too busy. You make time for what you make time for, of course. But like, also, how much time do you really have to spare? And then when you do have that free time, how are you using it? I think that's that right there. When you do have the free time, how are you using it? And a lot of people just be using it to say a whole lot of nothing. Say a whole lot of nothing. I saw another, I feel like this is really inspired by all the stuff I keep seeing. So I saw a video. Jemima, do your makeup, please. I'm going to use the LYS Higher Standard Cream Glow Blush Stick in the shade Unfazed Berry Plum. But yeah, I saw a video where this lady was on a podcast or something like that. And she was talking about how a lot of our friendships were revolved around convenience. You know, school, work, all the things. We were in those places because we had to. So it's like, if you have to, you might as well form relationships, you know? And so we did that, and those relationships were maintained because we were always there. But like, once you graduate, once you leave that job, what happens to those friendships? And if you don't put the work in, those friendships will dissipate. Those friendships will die off. And it's just like, what, babes, like, we have to start putting in work. We have to start prioritizing relationships the way we prioritize romantic ones, the way we prioritize other things in our lives, right? Now, I'm not saying, you know, meet up with your same friend 4 times a week. Like, babes, you have other people that you need to prioritize. You have a job, you have a house to maintain, you have to eat your greens, you have to meal prep, you have to do all the things, you have to watch my video. But also, somewhere along the line, you need to also make time for that friend. And I feel like that is the biggest issue with a lot of relationships today. Like, everyone is always saying, oh, I need to make friends, I need friends, I need friends, I need da 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 da. But then, like, are you actually putting in the work, babe? And it's very frustrating because I personally will put in the work. Like, I truly believe in taking that leap, you know? If you see somebody that you vibe with, also, I'm a people person, hate that for me. But if you see somebody that you vibe with, like, let's go for lunch. Let's do this, let's do that. Let's, you know, shoot your shot. Especially if you're already vibing with that person. But then, like, don't say you want to make friends and then you get an offer and then you don't hang out, you know? Because kind of like, you playing games, you know, unless you don't like me. And if you don't like me, just say that. Like, what's really tea at this point? This blush is so damn pretty, and the way it's melting into the skin is heavenly. Wow, this blush is so pretty. LYS has some bank, man. Oh, this look is coming together. I'm so mad. I don't have nowhere to go after this. I hate that for me. I truly hate that for me. This is so cute. Oh, okay. What was I saying? Oh, everybody keeps saying, oh, I want friends, I want friends, I want friends, but no one wants to make the time to actually make the friends. So like, I'm very confused as to like, what is the solution in that case, you know? And as somebody who will actively reach out to say, hey, let's do this, let's do that. And this, I'm strapped for time, okay, struggling, trying to, you know, incorporate that into my life, because sometimes I'm just like, you know what? Sometimes I want somebody to reach out to me. It's not every day me reach out, okay? Like, and that's just in general. Like, if you're the only one always pulling the weight or maintaining something, like, it just may not be the right relationship for you, you know? Now, if you show up one way and they show up another way, and that's just how you guys vibe and that works out for you guys, then that's your vibe, right? But if you know that you are putting in more effort into something and you're not receiving what you should be receiving out of that relationship, sometimes you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. But man, it hurts, man. It hurts, bruh. Cause then you be like, damn, I had to let my shorty walk go. Cause it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good. But you really have to be careful about that, because it may not even be intentional. And you may have to have a conversation about it with that certain someone to figure out, okay, like, what's the issue? What needs to change? How can we make this better? And if no one is responding to that kind of conversation and things are not getting better, let that nigga go. If someone's not willing to work with you on something, like, I feel like that is the biggest sign of, like, they don't fuck with you. Like, they don't mess with you for real. They just don't mess with you. And save yourself the heartache, save yourself the headache. Cause, like, is it worth it? Having somebody make you feel like trash makes you feel like you're not worth it. Is that worth it? Is you're not feeling like you're worth it. Jaclyn Hill highlighter. I love this stuff down. I need to start using this because I can't even link this. But I love this stuff down. But just lack of intention is just overflowing our generation, like men and women alike. And I just want better for everyone, because we can't all be going through the same thing. Somebody got to be wrong. Somebody got to be in the wrong. And sometimes you have to reevaluate your life to see what is it? What am I giving out? Because, child, I had to hit myself with maybe I'm not as popular as I think I am. Like, maybe what I have to offer is not as great as I think it is. Because everyone can't be saying, I want this, I want that. But then nobody's doing the work. Nobody's doing the work. And that's mind-boggling to me. And maybe it's because of my life's progression. I had to fight and claw for what I have today, okay? I had to go through the trenches to become who I am today. And I feel like that kind of leaks out onto other areas of my life. Like, do we always want to work for every single thing? Like, no, I love a handout. I love a freebie. Everyone, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Who wants to have to work for every scrap of everything in their life? Like, please. But let's be for real. A lot of things, if you want it, you have to work for it. And people just like to talk. Don't nobody talk more than a man. Don't nobody sell you a hope and a dream like a man. Oh, God. Hey. But when those words do not align with action, you have to remove things from your life. Once you get fed up with enough BS, you have to start shedding certain old skin out of your life, babe. Exfoliate and let that dead skin go. Let it slough off the body. Let it rinse and go down the drain in the shower, okay? Now, it's tough. It's tough, and it's not a linear process. It's not. Sometimes we 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 4 steps forward, 6 steps back. Because that man was fine. Or you really like hanging out with that friend, but you got to keep moving forward. Gotta keep moving forward. Gotta keep moving forward. I cannot tell you, one of the most devastating, well, I haven't had a lot of friendships end, but one of my biggest friendship breakups should have never been a big friendship breakup, because I was overly invested in that relationship. I truly valued this person in my life to the point where I let them treat me a certain way. I let them put me lower on their priority list, and they were able to get away with certain things because there were definitely red flags, and they weren't, I actually didn't know they were red, but when that final straw hit, I was like, oh, and even then, it was like after I'd had a couple moments with myself, like, okay, now you're thinking about going back to this friendship. Now, why? What is so great about this friendship that you are willing to place yourself willingly at a lower place? And now, not only are you at a lower place, that friend knows that you know that you are in a lower place. And people around that friend know that you are in that lower place. So now I'm not even taking my L in peace. I'm not taking it in silence. I'm not taking it in private. My L is public. What am I getting from this friendship that is so great that not only am I taking L's, but I'm taking them publicly? What is truly so great about that person that you are letting yourself take L's? Now, like I said, it's not a linear process, okay? And one thing about it, I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and be like, every person that I've encountered in my adult life has been top tier. I've already said before, if they still ain't here, that means at some point I settled. Because if he or she was good enough, they would still be here. Which means I settled, okay? And the day I stop settling is the day I get married. I don't want to get married. Child, I don't know. The point is, we've all settled at some point or another. Jemima, are you doing your makeup or no? Some of us may not realize that we're settling at the time. It doesn't reveal itself until later, but then you've already invested so much time, then you're kind of like stuck. Some of us saw signs, ignored them, or tried to be optimistic, or just try to see where it would go, trying to see if it's a pink flag or if it is truly a red flag. And that's always a dangerous game, because it's like you don't want to be angry, bitter, and just assume things, but you also don't want to get played. And it's like having to tiptoe that line. Please. Oh, please. I saw this other post on social media where the girl was like, I know my worth, but sometimes I go on sale. And that's tea, like real tea. I know some people in the comments were eating her up. A lot of the men were eating her up. I was like we've all been there. Like whether we're lonely or bored or something, while we just dealt with something that we knew was beneath us. We did. We've done it. We dealt with something that we knew at the moment was not aligned, but for some reason or other, maybe it was just for fun, for the plot, for a little excitement. And you know what? I'm not too mad at that. Like if something is fun and you're doing it in a way that is safe and you're not hurting yourself and it still feels good, I'm not opposed. When it stops feeling good, that's when you gotta listen. That's when you gotta call it quits, Miss Man. Because once it's no longer feeding into your happiness or doing something positive for you, or once it's no longer a good thing, a good feeling thing, let it go. But every once in a while, I mean, we love us. I feel like, Jemima, what is the message here? You are all over the place. My message is keeping it real, babes. We've let me not say we've all, but a sale has been given every now and then for the plot. Okay, maybe for the summer, for a couple weeks, maybe it started off great, then started to fizzle, but you already had a trip planned, a little vacation, you already had that fun weekend planned, and it just extended a little longer than it should have. We've done it. But once it stops feeling good, you just gotta give it up. Because while doing better for yourself does not always feel great, it's not always lighting candles and having a good smelling apartment, that peace that you get from not being played, do not underestimate that. That peace that you get from knowing that while your circle is getting smaller, it is also indeed getting mightier, okay? Do not underestimate that. Speaking of circle getting mightier, hey girl.
You are so cute.
Are you covering the mic? Say it again. Oh, it's Apple saying you loud and they lowering the volume. But thank you, sis.
Period. But the lips not giving what it gave on that post I just saw.
I'm still in the middle.
It was giving juicy.
It's finna be juicy again.
It was giving DSL.
You see
Maybe PSL.
You see what it do.
What is that? You see the material. Material girl.
I'm actually in the middle of a video.
Hi. Hey y'all. Hi.
We're talking about how having self-worth and knowing your value can actually be a lonely experience, but you should still push through, because having peace and dealing with a little loneliness is better than somebody playing in your face.
Speaking from first-hand experience, because you don't let no crusty
and no dusty
play in your face.
Period.
And then the other thing too, believe them the first time.
That's a message. She said, leave them the first time.
Lead and believe them the first time. Baby.
And that goes right back to what I was saying. That first time that flag showed up and I pushed through, I played myself. That first time was on them. Every other time after that was on me. Cause like at this point,
what we do? We ate that shit up.
Okay. Like I'm eating up this look.
But the glow up after the piece, when you find peace, the glow up.
That part.
For another crusty somebody's son to play in your face. I feel a sermon coming on.
Preach, sis.
The word is touching me. The love bombing. And then the switch up. So they realize you standing on business.
That switch up when they realize you standing on business. They can't play in your face.
You can say a lot for the people. The gym is in the back.
Yeah.
Them Apple Air Max headphones on. They can't hear. For them in the back. Come on.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Child. In the words of Viola Davis, you are the love of your life. Okay? Before anybody else, you must come first. And like I said, that's not how I was raised. I was raised, you put everybody else first, okay? But you really do have to love yourself first. Now, I mean, you can't check yourself, okay? But
what Donnie say? We fall down, the we hit us.
period.
Might backslide, but slide back out of there, okay?
While I don't necessarily believe that you attract what you think you're worth, what you keep around is a different story. Now, not too much. Like I said, you know, you gotta do it for the plot every now and then, but don't get caught up by the plot, okay? Don't let something that's supposed to be for one little season extend to the whole year, okay? Christmas break is over. Send them packing. You unwrap the gift, now throw it in the trash. Expired. The best by date is over, okay?
They're not listening. They're not listening to the word.
When I say this video is all over the place, because it's like, Jemima, what exactly are you standing on? Because sometimes it's business, sometimes it's the plot.
And sometimes it's Kim calling.
I'm screaming.
This topic is on brand for my life right now.
Man,
Okay.
isn't it for all of us? All I know is once it stops feeling good, shift, change directions, and focus on you. You. Okay, we're almost done. We just need a lippy. What lippy do I want to do? Do I want to do this? I kind of want to do something a little... Let's see. Alright, this is the gloss I was looking for. This is the Fenty Lip, I think Illuminizer, Gloss Bomb in the shade Riri. I was actually gifted this when I went to that Sephora event. The YouTube, wow, I'm bugging. The YouTube event. Yeah, oh, yeah. 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 Just in honor of Fenty gracing us with this beautiful complexion product. The skin is glowing. You see? When you allow peace to be in your life, do you see the glow? Okay? Listen. Do you see the material? No, the face is eating. Okay, I went a little overboard with the highlighter. Just a tad bit. Didn't blend. What's happening here? Not too much. But like, do you see what happens when you remove the dusty out of your life? And that comes in all shapes and forms. Like, even including boundaries with your parents. I had to put boundaries with family that, you know, they didn't take well. But it is what it is. What you finna do? I need to feel safe here in this place. You must abide, okay? And that's not always pretty. It's not always a good feeling. It doesn't always take well, but it is what it is. I am adding a little bit of this Morphe Drip Glass Glaze High Shine Lip Gloss in the shade Suavemente. No, it's actually Shatterproof Mauve. But like, how cute? How cute? How cute is this look? Like, I'm gagged, darling. I'm gagged.
Look at what I sent you on Instagram. It's a topic. It's a discussion topic. Read it out loud for the gems because this is the type of stuff we're dealing with.
I need to be 100% honest about my situation. Financially, I'm not where I want to be, and my divorce has taken a lot from me and made life quite difficult, which also makes dating frustrating as well. I want to court and spend money, but I'm pretty much broke as far as being able to court someone I like and how I'm used to dating. Said person responds, that makes total sense. I honestly am not really in the dating space either. I'm busy with work. Original person says, I'm attracted to you though, so can we still enjoy each other? I'm in DC almost every day and literally drive by you. Like, can we just be low-key crushing and loving on each other without all the pressure of dating? Sort of like friends with benefits, but not really. LOL. Person says, I'm honestly not interested in a friends with benefits thing. First person says, or dating. So you basically gave me your number for no reason. Great. I at least thought you found me attractive at the minimum. Wait, the gaslighting is crazy. The gaslighting is intense.
This is dating in 2024.
The woman says, you said you can't date right now, so that was out. And finding someone attractive doesn't mean jumping right into friends with benefits. I gave you my number because I enjoyed talking to you and thought it would be a good idea to be open. But if it's not something that'll work for us, then that's what it is. The homeboy says, all right, look, you like me, right? What you felt that day felt good, right? Girl says, I think we're better off leaving it alone. Homeboy says, hey, say no more. You take care. Ew. Like, you know, the first text, I was like, whatever. You know, you're honest about your situation. You can't date. You can't date. As you shouldn't. Go get another job. But you getting mad because she doesn't want to be your friends with benefits is insane. And then gaslighting her to making her the villain. Let the dusties go. Like, let the dusties go. Please. Please. You're starting off this unhinged. You're starting off this insane. And this is the beginning. This is when you're supposed to be at your peak performance. Your best. You're making her the gaslight. I'm triggered. The gaslighting is insane. See, when I say lead with intention, that's not the intention I'm talking about. His intention was to get the cheeks by any means necessary. Not even by any means necessary. His intent was to get the cheeks for the free skis, and was willing to gaslight her into it, but wasn't willing to come up off the coin. Go drive Uber a couple of days and then come back.
But the thing is he really getting a divorce?
I forgot all about that part. Child.
You shouldn't be. You should never even took her number. Because you're not in a position.
Because why you even ask her for it?
Because how you going to date her?
How?
They ain't taking me out on dates. So how you going to pay?
How? Oh, the gaslighting is crazy.
Okay.
Listen, I'm going to wrap this up. But if you picked up nothing else from this video, in the words of Viola Davis, again, you have not met everyone that is going to love you in this life. So if you are in your season of working on yourself, if you are in your season of really honing in on who you are and really learning to value who you are and love who you are, and if you see that you are losing friends and partners and relationships left and right, and your circle is getting smaller and smaller, just remember that you have not met everyone that is going to love you in this lifetime. And the more dusties you filter out, the more space you leave for the right to come in. Because it don't have to be a big and mighty group. Having a solid couple in your corner will go such a long, long way. So make sure you have space for those couple of people in your life. that are going to love you the long way, the right way, whether that's in friendships, sisterhood, brotherhood, relationships, family that you choose. You have not met all the people that are going to love you in this life. And I don't know, when I saw that little clip, it washed over me. Like, I got decades more of loving to give and receive. Heavy on receive. But that is it for today's video. I hope it made sense, child, because the way my brain was not on track, but the face is given. I will have all the products listed down for you guys in the description. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are going through right now. Oh, no, you ain't gotta tell me your business. But if you want to share a little something in the comments, we can kiki and chop it up with each other there. And that is all for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Say bye, Kim.
Toodles.
Toodles.
Okay, baby.
Girl.
Because I feel touched. These niggas are gonna play my face.
Right. Who do you think you are? Dusty.
Milo, don't be a Dusty.
Don't.
And Spain.
And you know what? I'm tired of being hungry today. I'm tired. I had 3 meals, a fruit roll-up. What more do you want from me? I feel like, oh, I forgot to spray my, oh, whatever. Party done.